Being in Sync 366 video series. It is Saturday. I'm coming to you at a different time. I thought I would get on here so I could chat a little bit. Today's video is really about what you want versus what is actually there. So, my name is Kiana, and I guide people to peace. I do what's called energy psychology. This is a way to readjust the energies in your systems, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies, so that you are aligned with your soul. Because one thing that we know is that if you are disconnected from your soul, you will have incongruencies running throughout all of your systems. And what I do is help people to align back into their soul essences, going all the way back to themselves. And I am not a psychologist. I do not do therapy. So I get that question every single day. So I'm coming up here up front telling you that is not what I do. Although there are some overlaps certainly in the philosophies of psychology. But all of my approaches will lead you back in alignment with the natural laws, to your natural rhythms, and that's what I do. So, most people, there are three main things that I wanted to talk about that get in the way of people really experiencing themselves fully as, and with less frustration and less pain. But one thing that happens repeatedly is people want what they want, and that's okay to want what you want. But if that is incongruent with what is actually showing up with how people are, so people might say, hey, I'm telling you the truth, or this is what I know, or this is what I think. That's not the truth. Just because somebody is telling you that they think it's the truth does not mean it's the truth. So part of people saying I am telling the truth is really an indication that there's maybe some kind of lie or manipulation happening. So just accept people for who they are, not what they say they are, not what they think that they are, just what they are, what your experience of them is. Do they tell the truth? No. Okay, so they're liars. Okay, don't judge it, just know it. That's the difference. You want to be in acceptance and not in judgment. So a liar is a liar. That's okay. They lie. So now you can accept them as liars so you don't believe what they're thinking. Hi, Eric. Hey, good morning or good afternoon. You're in the afternoon. So that's often what people do when they are liars. They lie. So if you don't have to believe their lies, hey, John, good to see you here. Good to see you here. Josh. Sorry, I saw the J and I just assumed John. Okay, so be willing to accept exactly what they say is their truth is their truth. You don't have to go into agreement with it. You don't have to lie it, but be willing to go into pure acceptance of people and situations without judgment. The second part that'll be really helpful and keep you out of a lot of pain is be willing to be wrong. If you are willing to be wrong, meaning you're willing to understand that your beliefs are not always true, that what you think is not always true, and that what you thought isn't what it really is. If you can be willing to be wrong about people, about situations, about things, that will soften the blow. Because it's the mind, the ego mind, that really wants to protect, and everything is the way you want it to be, not the way it is. The other thing is that the truth only hurts when the ego is involved. If the truth doesn't hurt unless the ego is involved. So if you can be willing to accept, be willing to be wrong, and then you're good to go. And then the way people are won't bother you. You know, I thought these people were really nice, but they're really not nice. They give the facade of being nice, but in the truth, people show themselves as who they are. Being nice does not mean they're nice to you. They might be expressing niceness to other people, but are they truly kind in their hearts? You know, that would be based on your experience. Just because they tell me they're good Christians, does that make them a good Christian? Not to me, it doesn't. For me, I'm looking at their behaviors aligning. I don't care what they believe. If they believe whatever they want, if um, their expression to me is incongruent, I'm going to trust my experience of of who they are over what I think. And sometimes that will be disappointing if I thought they were another way. Like, oh, I thought they were a really nice couple. They were really sweet. And they are who they are, but that's not aligned. Does that make sense? So, there is a big distinction between who accepting what is and what you want. So if you can distinguish those two things in I'm accepting this situation, it's not what I want. Okay. Then you are now empowered to make choices and decisions that are based in your truth and your alignment, not based on what other people are saying. My coffee's very hot. Okay. So I'm just going to check and see if there's any question. It's a pretty big topic. It comes up often with clients because a lot of people want things to be a particular way, you know, myself included. Good to see you here, Eric, again. Hello, Josh. Let's see. Ajax. Ajax is saying that something that has helped him over the years is that a smile can't change the world, but it can change you. That's true. That's true. Hi, Mario. Ajax is saying, everybody have a wonderful day. Soak up everything positive in love, right? Everything is really just love, misinterpreted. Right? So it's always going to be your interpretation that changes everything. I remember distinctly going to this an ayahuasca experience, and in Peru, I traveled to Peru to work with this particular shaman, and one of the experiences that people have when they take these medicines, and they have these experiences of purging. And a lot of people think purging sounds bad, but I remember distinctly hearing the purging of everybody getting rid of those things within them that weren't serving them, that weren't aligned to God, being expelled. And it sounded to me like music, you know. So not in the medicine, in my thinking mind, I thought, that is horrible. Everybody's going to be throwing up and purging. That is just horrible. And yet my experience was such that I could actually hear the music in the purging, like the beauty in people purging, which I never would have thought in my mind that that could be a thing, but it actually is a thing. So our perceptions are what keeps us separate from love. Our perceptions is what keep us separate from the truth. Our perceptions are what keep us in pain or allow us to heal. And so we can heal from this now moment when we are open to perceiving and seeing and experiencing in the now moment. And as we are doing that, you will experience yourself differently, but only if you're open to that. Alice is asking, do I support LGBTQ? From back here, I thought it says, "Do you support barbecue?" Support it how? Please explain what you mean support is. I accept people for who they are. I don't accept people for who they say they are because people don't know who they are. That's why I do what I do. If people were not incongruent, they wouldn't come to me for a service. If people were not separated from their heart, they wouldn't come to me. If people were not in so much pain, my service wouldn't exist. If people weren't lost and disconnected from their soul, a lot of services wouldn't exist. But there's a lot of lost people out there. And so if you're asking me, do I support LGBTQ and people that come to me as a client? Sure, yeah. I'll help anybody realign to the truth of who they are. I'm not in judgment about who they think they are. Hi, Sean. Any questions? Otherwise, I think I'll call it a day. I think that if you can accept, pure acceptance is the way. Okay, my name is Kiana Sage and I guide people to peace. This is a short video, but I think it's very helpful. And I hope you have a great day. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll get back to them in tomorrow's video, which is another video to help you all align to being in sync. That space within you that is aligned to your heart and to peace.